I think we're good. I think we're good.
Good start.
I know, right? It was like
Great
stuttering,
start.
and I was like, all right. So, with that out of the way, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to CEL Calgary Esports League of Legends Tournament Weekly Thingy-majigger. Still don't have a name for it yet. But
We're getting there.
We're getting there. As you can see, we have very nice overlays. We got some good stuff going on. Yeah. Hopefully you guys are going to be in for a good show. I've been told that these games are pretty good. But to introduce ourselves, as usual, it is your host, Drew Trackhawk Crawford. Joining me on the desk today is Jojo Barrientos, aka JB Red Phoenix, in the chat. I have been practicing that.
You have?
I know, right? So, Jojo.
Yes.
How are you doing today?
Good. Well rested, well ready to go. I'm wearing the school uniform Israel special edition.
Just to show me up, yeah.
Just to, you know,
It's
casually
like I'm repping
show this guy.
Cloud9, you're repping, like, cosplay. It's
a school that does not exist, technically.
It totally exists. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's only in lore. Come on.
Now, okay, so last week we had a series of Smash games.
Oh, yeah.
I'm expecting a little bit more of the same. Is there anything that we need to be thinking about, though?
We did get a new patch, so we're now on patch 9.12. So this is the Mordekaiser Rework patch. RIP Ghost Dragon. I'm sorry, buddy.
Dragon Trainer is now the only dragon.
Dragon Trainer is only the only.
But I mean, there's Aurelian Soul.
He's not a Ghost Dragon.
That's true.
He's a
Ghost Dragon was really cool.
Ghost Dragon was awesome. Also, buy Pizza Feet. I don't know about you. Some people love the Pizza Feet. I hate the Pizza Feet. I really don't like the Pizza Feet.
I think we can live without the Pizza Feet.
But holy crap, he's actually good.
Yeah, no, he's scary.
He was so good. He needed to be hotfixed.
Yeah, he's actually incredibly scary.
So
I don't know if we're gonna see him. I'm like Mordekaiser and Yuumi are kind of like on my permanent ban list right now. So we'll have to see how that kind of happens.
True.
Don't know the bans, obviously. We're still trying to get the pick and ban thing going on. But speaking of which, ready to get into game number 1?
Let's go.
All right.
Ooh.
All right. I know, right?
Oh man, this is just giving me so many chills.
Yeah. So right away, you'll like the Cho'Gath.
Digging the Cho'Gath.
I know, right?
This top Cho'Gath's gonna be super stacking. He's gonna be super thick. Oh, I'm gonna
pretend you didn't say that.
Well, you get your puns. Let me have this.
All right, we should still be good for the music. Just try to make sure that the music doesn't drown us out and everything. Still getting all the levels kind of, taken care of and everything. Because we're a two-man show. Two, I guess.
Basically. Yeah.
Anyways, so first game, Team Win versus Ono. Last time, Ono did not take the win, if I remember.
Ono was pretty. Oh no.
But they're going up against Team Win. Team Win, if I remember correct, lost.
Yes.
So I guess we have a losers match. Is that what you call it?
I guess we could call it a losers match. It is a round robin after all, so it's everybody facing everybody.
Everybody facing everyone.
So we'll see what happens.
We'll definitely see what happens. Anything you want to highlight? Anything that kind of stands out?
Ari mid on Ono's side, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Nami support. I played a good amount of Nami over the season. Not particularly good at it. But that being said, Draven on the Team Win side, that's easily going to be a very snowbally champion if that gets ahead. Lucian on the same side, I think he's not in the best place right now for meta.
He's still okay, but
he's okay.
The attack is still pretty good on him. So
yeah,
you would have liked to see the support switch, like get the Braum over with the Lucian. That's a pretty disgusting combo. But
yeah,
I mean Nami still can empower his auto attack, so.
Yep.
Still looking at a pretty good kill lane right there.
Other than that, jungle looks pretty meta. Mid lane is pretty meta in my opinion, but the Cho'Gath top, good spice, buddy. Good spice.
All right, well, we're gonna get into game number 1 in 3, 2, 1, beep.
Really?
Game 1. Team Win versus Ono.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
And here we are into game number 1. Boom.
Did I just catch a Zir doing a little dance off the fountain?
Azir?
Yeah.
There is no Azir.
Thought I saw an Azir.
You definitely did not see an Azir.
Okay.
There is no Azir.
Oh, guess I'm tripping.
You are definitely tripping. Right off the bat, though, we got a 4-man stack on the bot side river. Probably nothing. Probably more expecting an invade potential.
It's a possible invade, and it looks like they were going to try and protect it. But if they were going to try and protect it, they might try to go 2-2. I would rather see a 2-2, 2 bot, 2 mid-ish, and try to protect it that way. But it either way, both of them are dicey. So
yeah, I think we're pretty good. We got a strong defensive line kind of hanging out there, so
I think
everything should be
I
good.
think honestly, both teams are trying to defensively just protect each other, just standing their ground while nobody's trying to make a push for an invade here. Looks like notable items here: Corrupting Potion, starting off for Orianna as Team Wind takes their red side, and it looks like is Ono taking red this time around? That's interesting.
Well, I mean, Rek'Sai is. I would say Rek'Sai benefits more from the red buff than the blue buff, because, you know, Rek'Sai doesn't really need mana, so versus a J4 definitely does need mana. Ooh. So I could definitely see that being a good start for them, especially if they're hoping for some early aggression in the top lane. That or potentially Rek'Sai does have a very fast. That's a really wow. That's a really aggressive level 2 attempted gank by the J4. I'm
kind of not surprised. The J4 is usually ganking by L2s. I usually see him bot side.
Yeah, I think they were really hoping for a little bit more aggression outside of the Ahri, but Steya is well, he's staying his way back there.
Well, the good thing is this, like, Ahri uses most of her abilities just to farm, like, push the waves anyway. Mostly the Q is being able to, like, is basically a boomerang effect. So,
yeah. I'm a big fan of Orianna, though. I play Orianna in the mid lane whenever I get, unfortunately, autofilled there.
I could play Lux.
Yeah, well, Lux is more of a support, I find, these days.
Fair enough.
We even saw it in the LCS, actually.
Yeah.
I was really happy to see that.
I was quite happy to see that as well.
We see some early aggression. Rek'Sai finds out the J4, chucks him directly down to half, but now the Cho'Gath is collapsing. Rek'Sai definitely bit off a little bit more than she could chew, and the flash from the Rek'Sai to follow up, but able to get the first blood as Orianna is going to be cleaning up the rest of this, and a 1-for-1 trade, but the first blood going the way of the Rek'Sai is definitely going to help the early clear power. And you know what? Maybe she just wanted to go back. I honestly couldn't really say why she decided to go that hard, but
Rek'Sai invading into blue, Team Wind's blue here was a little bit of a risky play, and it didn't seem like it paid off this time around. Good try, Ono, but
yeah, I mean, aggression is good, but that was risky aggression, especially since the top and the mid can rotate first. Ahri definitely was in no position to try and follow up Rek'Sai, so I guess it paid off, but I'm honestly surprised that it worked, that it went for a 1-for-1. I thought for sure J4 was going to clean that up, but
yeah, I thought so too. Didn't seem like there was going to be too much of a trade there where J4 just gets to dominate off the first blood there.
Agreed. Now we do get to see items as well as CS this time around, which is very good. Would like to see the runes and masteries if at all possible, but I can make an assumption based on the interactions that Lucian's going to be probably running.
See them on the side.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm blind. Oh, you can. Oh, I love this new spectator. You can see that I totally take care of the spectators. Question mark, question mark. I'm not wearing my glasses, okay?
Oh, trust me, I'm not either.
All right, so right off the bat, pretty standard. Press the attack, electrocute. Yeah, we've got pretty much everything. Conquer, proc on the Rek'Sai, so I saw that coming. We have a nice trade for the Rumble. This was the matchup that I was a little bit worried about. Rumble is very much a lane bully. I mean, you get free damage with the Flame Splitter, which is really nice.
I like to call it, like, that's kind of the beauty of Rumble's kit, is that flamethrower just getting so much wave clear on top of just getting free poke damage is just, it's beautiful in a way.
It really is, and it's frustrating to play against.
Oh.
So we do see a CS differential starting to amass. about 17 sitting at the place right now. I expect that to go higher, though, as the game goes on.
Yeah.
Especially if the Rumble is experienced in farming. People talk about how the Flame Splitter makes it hard to CS, but if you're good at Rumble, I found that it wasn't too bad.
You have to figure, like, I think it's one of those things of once you master his master his kit, I think it makes it a lot easier to farm with.
Agreed. Rek'Sai going in for a nice flash out of the Orianna as the Rek'Sai comes around for another gank. The Charm as well as the ultimate are not going to get much more than poke out and chip damage, and the Orianna is safe for now. Blown the flash, but the Rek'Sai didn't have her flash either. So I guess there wasn't really too much follow-up that could be had there.
Not really.
No phase rush. As J4 is standing in the exact same position as the Rek'Sai to see if he can get anything done now. But the Ahri is playing a little bit more to her top side, as that's where the jungler is kind of hanging out right now.
Good play. Also, good play with this Rumble here, putting a lot of pressure on this Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath also known for his not the best wave clear early game, but his stack mastery, and by the time he gets a lot of good stacks, he's just big and tanky, and he'll just do a lot of damage.
Rumble is a monster in the team fights. I still remember Cloud9 versus Samsung. There was a absolutely game-changing Rumble ultimate that Balls pulled off. Took out 2 of the carries, or pretty much dropped them almost immediately down to unusable health, which was a massive game changer. So that is Rumble in a nutshell. He can easily take the mid to late game and run with it. But on the other side, Cho'Gath is I wouldn't say super tank, but it's getting close. Braum is going to be able to get the final, but no, the Ignite is going to be going back onto the Braum as he's forced to flash out. The Ignite is on there as YYC ADC is able to flash forward and secure that Braum aggressive kill, I guess.
Oh yeah. So looks like Lucian very much ahead of here. He's already hitting a pretty early power spike, of which I would determine, especially now with he's got a CS lead on Draven. He's got a bit of a power. Now he's getting some gold. Now he's going to be turning around and turning those into items pretty darn soon.
Yeah, and they've already got a plate off of this bot side turret, and they're going to be getting 2. J4 is starting to stick around. So, the aggression from YYC ADC is punished as the red buff is ticking. He is not able to secure that kill as the J4 goes directly onto a piece of Serenity. And the Ignite, the Wub Step Ignite onto the Lucian. He secures a easy double as Rek'Sai. I don't know what you're doing there, girl, but not able to get it then. I Can't Rage Quit is just dunking on that Rek'Sai. Very questionable play right there. When they saw that they were diving bot lane, that should have been the cue for the Rek'Sai to get out. So a little bit of mismanaging or miscommunication on the side of Oh No.
Yep.
As they are starting to potentially take their namesake into the game.
Yeah, Oh No really needs to start communicating with their teammates here. Needs to really figure out what they're doing, what their game plan is here, and really just show back their dominance because they have that CS lead. They still have about a 1k CS
Ahri
lead.
coming into the bot lane. Are they going to be able to? There's the equalizer direct across, but the charm is not there. And did Ahri? Yeah, okay, she did get an assist, thankfully. But it really felt like she wasn't even needed for that. And as we see Orianna and J4 coming to try and respond to this, the charm is going to land onto the J4. The shockwave does miss as they are both a little bit low, but the Orianna is low on mana, and the J4 is still trying to clear out the wave. So a good retreat and a good dodge there to stop the aggression from the J4 and Orianna.
That's a good play. Good peel by, looks like the Rumble. On top of that, the good, perfectly timed charm. Just hugging it right up against the wall onto the J4 makes that play really easy to peel off. And it's like bot side's going to get some pressure here as Braum tries to go onto Nami, but Lucian is there to follow up on the overextend.
This is... I don't want to say this is the best matchup you could possibly ask for because Draven really does start to hurt as Rek'Sai is going in. There's no stopping this. The charm follows directly onto phase rush. The Rek'Sai ultimate dashing in, securing that kill. So 2-2 on the Rek'Sai as a nice little exchange there. The Orianna is, of course, very immobile, and they knew that she had burned her flash earlier, so not able to do much more than try and... well, actually, there's nothing she can do with that she could maybe
No,
dissonance.
there really
maybe
wasn't
shield.
anything she could do, especially when she already burned her flash and a lot of her abilities were on cooldown.
Yeah,
so,
the ultimate there. J4 getting a little testy in the Rek'Sai jungle. The Ignite is down onto him. The dunk comes through, but these junglers are just very, very aggressive. It's like they think their laners are going to be there in a split second, but the enemy laners are responding quicker.
Yeah, no, the one thing you have to be very wary.
Equalizer down. The burn is stacking up on the Cho'Gath as he is not able to. The minion aggro is able to take him down. I thought maybe he'd be able to survive for a little bit and try and save it, but nope. Too little, too late. The Cho'Gath gets burned down for a second time.
Oh, looks like Ono is getting a nice gold lead here. 19-4 to 15-5. That's almost a 4K difference here, and it's starting to pile up. As both teams are getting both sets of items, I think Ono here is going to be taking this snowball lead right early into the mid game.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now it does mostly come down to the plates as well as the CS differentials. We can see about a 40 CS differential in the top lane. There is a farm CS differential, so there's about a 20 CS differential in the jungle matchups. There's, let's see, 73 to 96, so there's about a 20 CS differential in mid. Basically, across the board.
Other than Nami.
Well, I mean, Nami's still
Nami
12.
doesn't really need to.
Yeah, but she's 12 CS down from the Braum. I mean, that's a whole couple hundred gold. That's like half a support item.
I can agree with you there, but I'm taking the assumption that... Oh no, she was taking Spell Thief stats, so I was seeing that she was going to be playing a little bit more aggressive and getting her gold off of that Spell Thieves.
Wow. Rumble is just taking it to the Cho'Gath. Looks like he's trying to build, I believe, either Mask or Rod of Ages, is what I would kind of assume there.
It looks more like Rod of Ages to me there.
Yeah, Catalyst into the blasting one, but he could be going Mask. Abyssal Mask is pretty fun too.
That's also true. That's also true.
I'm willing to bet you're right. It's there. J4 coming into the bot lane as the Lucian is still playing incredibly aggressively. Cho'Gath is going to be dived on by the Rek'Sai. The Equalizer comes down. Just the tail end, not quite able to get all the damage, but it doesn't really matter as the burn starts to tick through and the Rek'Sai is doing a huge amount of damage. The ultimate from Nami is not able to do too much damage, or enough damage rather, as the Draven ultimate catches both on the flip side. And Braum is very low, but the health trade goes the way of Ono, as YYC ADC is able to be healed up direct by the Nami as she survived that encounter. So, good job avoiding.
It's a good peel. 3v2 is kind of a weird spot to be in, especially with your jungler being bot side now. It looks like top's going to have to start making pressure. Top for Ono could easily start making some pressure because now with J4 they see their bot lane down there. Now they can really push ahead.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned last week, YYC ADC is a guy that we know. And I know he is a very aggressive and very good carry ADC, so I was kind of expecting the Lucian to come out of this. As Rek'Sai is coming from the underside of the turret once again, they don't have the ultimates this time, but it doesn't really matter as there's just way too much damage between them. And that's 5 and 2 on the Rek'Sai coming into the early game, as well as getting the Rift Arrow pretty much for free. Rumble is also 2-0 and 2, so Odo is really putting their stamp on the early game of this. Cho'Gath, of course, could come back in the mid to late game when he's a super tank and has Stone Plate and basically 1,500 damage, or true damage, the Lucian into next week, but it's a long way off.
The problem is if he does go Rod of Ages, he's going to be a little late getting that item together, and he's going to need some time to get that Rod of Ages properly online and properly active.
Yeah, because we're already sitting at 15 minutes into the game, and the Rift Herald is pushing down top lane as well. Looks like their mid laner, what do we got? Crushed Cow. That's an amazing name. Is going to be called in and sacrificing the mid lane tier 1 to try and alleviate some of the pressure that top lane has. The stun is onto Rek'Sai, but not able to follow up immediately. The Equalizer down onto the J4, keeping the rest of the team out. Blast Code all the way through, as some fancy feet work is going on right there, but the Chilling Spite comes through, is able to put an end to that. The Charm Missiles directly onto Orianna, but Rumble is coming in from the backside, as forcing the flash off from Orianna in what was, I guess, a 1-for-0 at the end of that. could have been a lot worse, I feel. That
Yeah.
was
Team Wind could have. I wish Team Wind could have peeled off a little bit more. It didn't seem like there was a lot of peel going on over there, and Ono just keeping that pressure up. Again, using their lead advantages and trying to keep that snowball rolling, but while Team Wind just needed to peel here. There's not really much you can do, especially when your jungler goes down. You just need to peel.
Yeah, just need to get away. Plus, that equalizer in those tight jungle corridors is just a menace. As you see the bot side Team Win trying to defend their turret. Now, the Draven has not gone down yet. He's sitting on a lot of Adoration stacks at this point. 113 if he's... if he's been perfectly doing it, but...
I'm pretty sure he's been keeping up with his axes, and it is one of those champions that I feel like it's a bit difficult to play. I have played it in the past, but it's been trying to keep up with your CS, plus catching axes, plus dealing with the enemy bot line. Sometimes it's a bit much.
Now, we are looking at an 8,000 gold lead difference between Ono and Team Win right now. I'm not going to say that Team Win can't come back, because they absolutely can. But they need a very good team fight in which Draven gets at least 1 or 2 kills, preferably onto one of the Rex, either the Rek'Sai or the Rumble. If this Draven can start to get more damaging items than just Bloodthirster, we are going to see a menace, especially with Orianna to follow up or to lock people down with her distance, as well as the... I was just playing her. Rumble is going to be caught up by the J4 and the Cho'Gath, though. Equalizer is going to be dropped immediately on there, as the Blast Cone is not able to do what he was hoping. The Equalizer is just out of the range, so he's not able to get all of the damage he would like. As Ari comes in from the side, is able to get a nice chunk away onto the J4 and is able to keep the Rumble alive. Orianna is getting bursted down by the Rek'Sai up in the top. A 1v1 easily done there. The Charm out of Braum is able to clear him out, and that is a easy, well, maybe not easy, but a good 2-for-0 and a 2-for-1 and a very good collapse on the side of Ono, as Lucian is able to get
Oh, this is not what Team Wind wants right now.
No, it really isn't. They're just getting picked off piece by piece. Almost missed it. I feel like YYC ADC was not looking immediately there and wasn't... He didn't immediately
There's
see
Fog of War as well.
Yeah.
Like, you have to put that in a factor as well. As the tier 2 top tower goes down. Looks like the team's basically either trying to make a split push because there's 4, and then the one champion is kind of just there. And as the tier 3 goes down basically without a fight here. There's no...
They're onto the inhib turrets. They're already onto the inhibs. There's almost no defense from Team Wind at this point. They're just... They are 10,000 gold behind. There is a world where they get picks, but they need to play this very carefully. They need to get 1 or 2 champions, especially the Rek'Sai and the Rumble, off the table, and then try and get some objective off this, a Baron or something. As the teleport is coming in, I believe, from Rumble. That is very good equalizer to try and zone off. Not quite the area that I would go, but it looks like it doesn't really matter. The damage is starting to pile onto the rest of the team. Ono is at least taking this topside inhibitor, probably a little bit more as they're starting to back off.
Yeah, looks like they're going to try and reset, either go for the Baron here, get a Baron play at least, while the waves start crashing into the Team Wind's base. The one thing I would definitely mention is this kind of team fight. Team Wind was playing way too passively. They needed to get in a little bit more before Ono just started dunking on him and isolating. The problem is Team Wind needs to just get together. They just need to get into a tight ball, get together, and just crush one person. That's all they needed to do, and I don't think Team Wind has it in the tank to make.
They also had better late game scaling, but Ono definitely took the early game, so not a lot of pressure needed to be applied. They just needed to survive or go even, and that definitely did not happen. There was some misplays. I will 100% criticize both the J4 and the Rek'Sai for their positioning in the early parts of that team fight, or the early parts of the game. But yeah, there's not a whole lot that they can do now other than try and turtle and try and get some.
And this is where it gets scary.
Braum is being taken down as the disengage is attempted, but the equalizer as well as the Rek'Sai ultimate is going to be coming down. The silence onto 3 or 4 as the knockup comes through, but I mean, Cho'Gath is basically down for the count at this point.
Yeah, this is getting to the point where it starts becoming critical. That the Team Win just can't lose any more members here. As if J4 goes in for this huge pick, but will he get there?
Questionable. The Ari has a huge amount of mobility, and the distance is not able to speed him up enough. As Ono, while Ari is getting, well, a little bit dope, they're just going to go in, they're going to take the Baron. They're just going to go, you're going to attempt to get our main laner? Okay.
This is the classic split push play. Ari being perfectly well executed in the side lane, while the rest of the team goes for a Baron push like this. Absolutely beautiful play here.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like that was also a question of vision. You could see that they have... Team Win has basically no vision. They have their bot side warded up a little bit, but it's like, guys, the Baron's on the field. You need to be watching that a little bit more than you need to be worried about an Ocean or a Wind Dragon coming up in the next little bit. Yeah. Frankly speaking, you need to worry about your base at this point, which is why they tried to go after the Ari. That was a very good split push attempt by them.
I honestly think that they should have went for they should have try to make a team fight in the Baron pit instead of going for the Ari here, because the Ari is not that. I don't think she's like fed enough to make a really big statement.
Well, 2-0-3. I would say that's okay.
She's okay. Like she's not. I mean, at the top end of her power spike here.
Well, by no means. Orianna just gets stronger as the game goes on.
Yeah.
Especially if you get those okay. There is a world in which Orianna gets a 5-man ultimate, 5-man shockwave.
That would be beautiful.
Followed up by the Cho'Gath knockup, followed by the Braum knockup, followed by the Draven ultimate, and the J4 dunking directly onto all of them. If they could pull that... Okay, well, I was about to say, but no.
Nope.
Rek'Sai and Lucian are just going to walk through the rest of the team as Draven is just being toyed with. Now, J4 is going to try and come in and take down the Rek'Sai, but the Equalizer onto 2 is going to try and burn down the Orianna as, well, Nalja gets taken down, but he already did a huge amount of damage. He's able to help the team secure 4 people. J4 is going to dunk on this Rek'Sai, but Rek'Sai already has Guardian's Angels, so it's not going to be as big of a deal as previously. Baron up minions are coming into the base. As Rek'Sai tries to retreat, starts to regen just a little bit. Cho'Gath is going to be here alongside J4 as this looks like the end of the game. Rek'Sai goes in onto 3. Lucian is just doing way too much damage on the side. The REQ is going to tear through the rest of the team. Ultimates on the inside, ignites to follow up as YYC tries to secure the rest of the team. The Shockwave is able to come through as the feast comes down onto Ari, but it's too little, it's too late. First game goes the way of oh no.
Wow.
As I said, I thought they were going to be playing a little bit, they were going to be quick games, but...
Yeah, and why was the ADC doing the fountain dive?
Well, because why not? I mean...
I guess when the game is over, you could just fountain dive and then just peace.
This is also, I mean, let's admit it, maybe not LCS level play just yet. So,
true.
Fountain diving is not quite it. It doesn't carry the same ramifications. They were like 14,000 gold ahead by that point.
Yeah.
Not much you can really do by that point, other than perfectly layered ultimates. But that would have required everyone being alive. And frankly, I really feel after about 15 minutes, Ono just never really let them have all 5 people alive for very long.
They were constantly making picks. They were constantly pressuring the map. That was absolutely beautifully played by Ono. And I honestly gotta stress, if you're gonna be making picks and like making plays, this is the exact video you should be watching right here. Is Ono versus Team Win. Watch as they transition from pick to turret, to objective, to this, to that. It's always constantly moving around the map, making the next move.
Agreed. So we're going to take a quick break and fix champion select or pick band for the next game. So we'll be right back.
I've seen you. I've patrolled these empty thoughts before, but I'm fixed now on the cure. I'm holding on to the last rock on the mountaintop, and I'm begging for your love. Do you remember the type of folk we used to be, and the simple souls we used to see? Do you remember a fallen man with no escape? It seems he lives in yesterday. If you play the way, well, I'll forgive you once again. I'm losing patience, and I know for sure that we've been right here before.
And welcome back.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
Just make sure everything's coming through.
All right.
There we are.
There we go.
Just had to make sure, because if we can't see the game, that's really hard to cast. So, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Calgary Esports League, Game 2, Week 2. Technically, it's like Week 3, but whatever. Who's keeping track of that?
Week 2, Drew.
Week
Which
2.
I have changed my clothes, sir.
You have changed your clothes. So, run us through what was kind of going on in that last game, man.
So the last game, I want to say that basically Ono just dominated from start to finish.
Other than that part.
Well, other than that part, I definitely want to make would definitely like to criticize like Team Win. They played a little too on the passive side. You have Draven, you have Braum, who are very, very good aggressive supports, aggressive champions in general. They just needed to play a little bit more on the front line. They need to push up a little bit further. Yes, you're facing down a team that is very, very
well, they're
dominant.
just very good in general. Let's be fair. It's a very tough call, but I do agree with you. They needed to be a little bit more aggressive. Yeah.
And would it be easier to be more on top of things and being able to CS without being harassed? I would agree. That being said, you're facing against a Nami and you're facing against a Lucian. That's going to be pretty difficult. I will give you them that. That being said, Braum could easily step up, start making a lot of plays, especially when he hits that 6. If he wants to like walk up, drop that shield, make a little bit of damage, and even just get his ADC to farm a little bit more, that's good enough play.
Yeah, we didn't really see the Draven do too much, and that's kind of questionable. Speaking of which, we're going to get into pick ban phase for game number 2.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't know what's going on with that. Don't worry about it. Just
continue.
Continue.
So, back again with the Cho'Gath top against the Rumble top. That feels like that's starting to become a little bit on the meta side of things.
Yeah, that's the notes that I have for this one. Cho'Gath versus Rumble.
Interesting.
So, yeah. Bit of a change, though. We got a Fizz versus the Zoe. Now, I hate Fizz. I despise Fizz. I think Fizz is the worst champion in the history of ever. And I personally, it would be on the top of my ban list, Teemo support aside.
I am not a huge fan of Zoe. As a champion, and I understand how the lore and understand how that works. That being said, dude, she one-shots you from across the map. Why?
Yeah, but Fizz has a untargetability for 90 mana. I think one of my favorite YouTubers literally was like, so the ability to go untargetable is like the most OP thing ever. So it always comes with a drawback, you know. Zoni's Hourglass costs a bajillion, it locks you in place. Lissandra has to use it on herself. Zed needs a target. Like everyone has some form of like, you know, untargetability, like min-maxing, and then Fizz is just like, I need 90 mana.
And it's a disengage? You can use it as a disengage.
Yeah, because you just get hooked in, and it's like, whatever.
I'm just going to be like, oh, I'm going to jump on my hook, and then peace out.
I'm going to see, I'm betting Master's Overrated, though, is just going to dogpile on the enemy team. Because they don't have a whole lot of
Look at this. Look at this.
I know.
Heavy engage off the Thresh. Heavy damage coming off the Lucian.
I mean,
a one-shot potential coming off the Zoe?
Here's what's going to happen. Nocturne and Thresh are going to engage on someone, and they're going to die.
I really like to refer this to the Overwatch meta, aka GOATS comp.
Okay.
This is when basically you group up in the one big ball. This is like your death
And
ball.
just go for it.
And you just pick one person and you'd be like, okay, kill this person, next.
Next. I like that.
This is what what Overwatch calls GOATS comp.
Goats.
This is
You really like your Overwatch, don't you?
I used to play a lot.
All right.
I play a lot more League.
Fair enough. All right, we're gonna get into game number 2, week number 2. Anyways.
Game 2.
Game 2. Bushtown versus Masters Overrated.
Summoner's Rift.
So many things to keep track of.
Wait, I want to see if that Lucian and the Thresher's matching skins here.
30
It
If
looks
they
possible.
don't, then I mean they're wrong.
I don't see the Lucian. I see the Thresh, and it
So
looks
we
like a
just
4-man.
skip roping forward, you know, because
Because she's a child, dude.
all right, going into game, we got a red side, red team invading onto the blue side jungle of blue. There are too many colors here.
Drew, it's red and blue.
We've got.
That's
yeah.
all it.
Don't worry, I
Minions
got it.
have spawned.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Anyway, and looks like blue side and Bushhound trying to do. No, they're just holding it off. Ugh.
Don't you love that?
Whose laughter is that? Whose laugh is that anyway?
That's Jinx's, I believe.
God, that's worse than.
I know,
Lux.
just it's so annoying, dude. It's so bad. Lux is like the worst vehicle, but Jinx has easily the most hurt. Right.
Anyway,
League of Legends. Speaking of untargetability, yeah, just dodge that panel star, all good to go. So, we have both Trundle and Nocturne taking the reds. That's pretty standard, I would say. Battlestar is going to be missing from Biz, as Rumble and Shogat are going to be going for it. That Flame Spitter is already starting to do damage, as we kind of expected.
yeah, we saw this in the last match. Masters Overrated can easily take that flame. Just basically take this and start rolling with it. They'll definitely get that snowball rolling against Bushtown in this case. And as Rumble just literally walks right in up onto him and be like, yo, sup.
Now, I do believe there was a change, because Rumble is running... Oh, okay, Timo did a thing.
Yeah?
I'm gonna take that replay so we can watch it later, because
Definitely, yeah.
I was just 1 second Timo's back there, next second he's not, and I'm like, question mark?
I want to call a flash there.
Yeah.
I
His flash is down, so...
Wow.
Question. Okay.
God.
Timo troll.
Yeah.
Timo support is awesome, except when you're... oh, wasn't there a Timo support who got banned recently?
Yeah?
There was like something with Night Blue or something like that. Anyways.
Night Blue is not a happy camper about that whole thing. I'm gonna be very honest with you.
Oh,
That
by the
makes
way,
sense.
Lucian and Thresh are not matching. This is the stuff that we need to talk about. The fact that they don't have this synergy. Who cares about the fact that, you know, Zoe and Fizz are going to be
Oh yeah,
in
just
there.
casual dunking.
Casual. Oh, okay.
Oh!
Flash Ignite, not even bothering with the auto attack. Zoe is having a good time, I think.
Yeah, that's a
As
that's
the
a
Thresh
very-
lands the hook directly onto the Jinx and is able to get an Ignite as well as the follow-up damage onto the Timo and the... No.
No, he got flash out of Jinx. He's definitely got flash heal out
Nocturne
of.
is going to be coming in here. It's the Flash Flay as well as the W to try to get there, but it is too little, too late. The Nocturne is able to get in there. Does he get the assist? Yes, he does. He does get the assist. As we have a quick 3 kills from Masters Overrated. Zoe is going to be chased down by the Trundle, but it doesn't matter. It's Zoe. She'll probably get away.
Yeah, Sleepy Treble Ball was probably one of the biggest spells in Zoe's kit. That just sleep timer takes forever to resolve.
Yeah, it's pretty great. It's like the Morgana binding. As we, yeah, we were kind of expecting this. Now, this is what I was going to talk about originally. Rumble is running Arcane Comet. So, all of his abilities are going to hurt more. especially if the comment is running on top of it. I believe in the last one, he might have been running Grasp or something like that for a little bit more sustain. But this is just straight lane bully. This is just straight, I'm going to stand here and hurt you. And there is nothing that you can do about it. You might have a cooler skin than me, but it doesn't matter. I'm still going to hurt you.
I'll give a little respect to Lucian for that project skin because I have that skin.
Because you have that
but,
skin.
You know.
I think I also have that skin.
But I would love to see the high noon fully
Combination. Yeah. I mean, they're such great skins. We saw High Noon Lucian in the last game, so they've just got to switch it up. You know, go fresh. As Fresh is going to go aggressive again. Nice prediction on the sidestep. As Chubby Monkey is going to get an absolute easy Jinx kill. They're going to try to take up a few tower shots, but Thresh is going to have to play a little bit carefully. Teemo doesn't have his flash, but they aren't able to secure just enough damage to take down both of them.
That was actually the correct play, is letting Thresh take all that, soak up all of that damage.
Just as I say that, Lucian goes in and tower dives himself. He's just like, Thresh, you don't need to worry, man. Don't worry, boo. I got this. This game's on me. I'm 3-0. I'm up 20 CS on my lane opponent.
Yeah, that's gonna sting.
Yeah. But you know who's also up a lot of CS? We see 14 to 45 in the top lane.
Oh,
No,
wait, no. Right, yeah. Right, because it's
15.
Teemo support.
Yeah, it's Teemo support, which is kind of hilarious. Mid lane, we do see a big CS differentials. This is Masters Overrated's game to lose right now, as they are unfortunately starting to run away with this. They're already up 3K, and the lanes aren't looking any better. Nocturne is starting to go for Dragon right now, as the Equalizer is dropped in top lane to try and both clear out the wave as well as push back Cho'Gath, who is once again at pretty much 0 health.
Did I just see a Hextech GLP active? Coming out of Zoe? That was interesting.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
her ability to
she could do
steal
that.
things, yeah. It's really powerful when you get those picked up, along with teleport and everything else.
She's carrying a smite, too, so that's
She is.
the chilling smite on this one.
I hate to say this, but we are just seeing complete domination across the board in every single lane. Same kind of idea as Oh No, and Masters, I believe it was Masters Overrated versus Oh No last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is pretty much setting the stage.
look at
Trundle is trying to come in there, but the culling to come down and take a bite out of both Trundle as well as Teemo. The flash Q to secure the kill, as Jinx is now getting on, and the hook not even needed. Lucian is untouched. He is losing more mana than he is health, and that's more from doing the damage and spamming out the spells that he needs to do in order to get this going. Taking down plates, taking down everything. This bot lane is pretty much over for the Jinx.
That's gonna be an easy 2 plates for Masters Overrated. That's a easy, what, 320 gold?
That's a lot of gold.
It's a lot.
I don't know the exact math, and I'm not going to try and pretend that I can calculate it directly in my head because I can't. But
Nope, that's 220. I just...
220? Okay. Ooh, nice little hook
beautiful.
onto there as he goes directly in onto the Jinx. Looks like he's going to be waiting as the Lightning Dart from Teemo is able to ward off the Jinx death a little bit, but it doesn't really matter as he's now chased right under turret. The Thresh is going to try and take a little bit, but ooh, just a little too late. The Cho'Gath is up in the top lane as well. The Equalizer is dropped directly onto him. The flash forward from the Rumble to secure the kill as the Nocturne is not tanky enough to take both of them. And we see not quite an ace, but 3 people die almost instantly to
That's
Masters
as
Overrated.
close to an ace this early in the game as you can get here.
3 people immediately down as the Paddle Star is going to go in and take a
Look at
chunk out of Fizz. Fizz, you deserve this. You 100% deserve this.
But look at the damage. That is some insane numbers.
It really is. Even Cho'Gath is kind of like, Nocturne's still there. Maybe I shouldn't go for the feast.
Yeah. This is where you start feasting on minions and not champions. Whoa.
Paddle Star going wide as the ultimate from Fizz is going to go in. Trundle is going to be able to come up through it. The flash from the Zoe and that's her actual flash, to get out as she's got a little bit of move speed. The Paddle Star is thrown out try and see what she can get done. As the Sleepy Troll Bubble is actually pulled back in. The Flay is able to come through, but the Paddle Star does not connect. The flash over the wall in the wrong direction as Thresh is going through trying to get the Fillet onto it, but there's just no damage really connecting right now. The Nocturne is going to come in there alongside the Fizz. Zoe's staying a little bit safe, but it doesn't look like they are going to be able to keep the Trundle alive for too much longer as he pretty much instantly drops once the Nocturne enters the fray. We see a 2v1.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, Lucian.
What is that damage?
That would be Blade of the Ruin King Lucian with a, I believe the press of the attack, yeah.
Oh, that is disturbing.
Because press the attack for every single champion who doesn't have a 3-hit passive and wants to go for a 3-hit passive. The ultimate from Jinx is not able to execute the Thresh, unfortunately, enough. As
Timo, what are you doing there, buddy?
Timo, hide man, hide in bush. Pull a faker, hide in bush. Oh man, I hate that. A nice return damage from the Zoe there.
Didn't get a full Paddock Star run on that one, but gets enough to chunk him.
Yeah, absolutely. Half health onto the Timo as well. Bot lane is just total command being given to Masters Overrated this entire time.
I think it's both side lanes are just taking both towers here, and it's going to be absolutely dominance.
Absolutely. I'm expecting the equalizer to be dropped by Rumble as well as the ultimate from Fizz goes wide. And those Qs are just chunking out Timo and Jinx again and again. They're not going to be able to hold this tower for too much longer.
The problem, see,
Little wide on the hook. The Poison Mushroom is able to get a little bit. Nocturne is going to go in onto the Timo as well. The Thresh is there to try and secure a kill as well as Trick Fox is able to get on the board with another kill and some nice turret gold to boot. As the first turret goes down to the side of Masters Overrated. Trundle into the mid lane to try and make something happen. The killer is being dropped. He hasn't dropped the Subjugate just yet. Able to make a nice 25% chunk of the health outside of Zoe, but this is more to alleviate pressure. It's not actually going to be able to get a kill, unfortunately.
I don't think that gank was really effective, honestly.
No, it really wasn't. Top lane turret is also going down, and mid lane is pretty quick to do it. As the Paddle Star just goes wide, this Fizz is playing with fire. Thresh wants to see if he can get in there. He takes the minion direct over, and there is the Ignite, the Wub Step Ignite. Lucian tries to get in there as well, but unfortunately he does not have the Ignite ability.
That was a classic, drop the Ignite, walk away.
Wub Step Ignite. Absolutely love it. Timo's waiting in the bush to see if he can steal the red buff, but it doesn't look like it as the hook goes wide. Blade of the Ruin King onto there is slow, but it doesn't really matter. The Poison Mushrooms were there. You try to bait them into the Poison Mushrooms, but frankly speaking, they're just not doing enough damage for it to be a big deal right now.
Yeah, I think that's the problem with that. You need to be a little bit more ahead than you are right now, especially with a combination of Jinx. Jinx is his Feast or Famine style champion, where you need to be a little bit more ahead than you are right now to really
or
get
not even ahead, just even.
Yeah.
Once Jinx gets a reset in the team fight, I mean, that is just an insane amount of damage as the equalizer goes down directly on Trundle, and it looks like they're going to be able to get a nice, easy collapse onto the Trundle there. Trundle is, other than Cho'Gath, the person who has died the least. As this Sleepy Trouble Bubble does land on the Fizz, but he's behind the minion. I stand corrected. Where there's a Zoe, there's a way.
I forgot to mention, Paddle Star can also, you can redirect differently. It's a little weird. You can get those weird side angles.
Yeah, you can get those weird side angles. It does still catch me off guard once in a while.
Yeah, I've gotten caught off guard a couple of times as an AD carry. That's not fun.
Thresh standing in the wings alongside Nocturne. A nice hook. Able to get not enough follow-up, but it doesn't really matter. The turret is going to be going down. Zoe gets ulted by the Fizz as a lot of damage is being dropped there. The Subjugate is going to be probably dropped onto Zoe just to try and get there. As Zoe is going to drop for the second kill of Bushtown this game.
But they trade. It looks like they traded there.
They did, and unfortunately we're looking still at about 13,000 gold up for Masters Overrated. So 1 or 2 kills is not going to be enough. As Thresh is looking for the hook, but just goes a little bit too wide. Masters Overrated has 100% run away with this game, and Bushtown needs to pull an absolute miracle. Try to get Subjugate onto the Illusion to try and slow him down a little bit. Timo is going to be able to get this kill alongside the loot. Okay. Never mind, Lucian wards them entirely off as the flash forward is able to secure the nice hook from the Thresh. Flash hook there for the style points. Lucian's able to regen a good chunk as Rumble is coming through here to try and basically say that this jungle is mine. Nocturne is also saying that this jungle is mine as he ults immediately onto the Rumble. Trick Fox is having a very good game. 4-0-5. Pretty much everyone's having a good game, but it's the Lucian here that we really have to talk about. He's the story of the game as the Battlestar connects all the tricky playful movements in the world. Can't save him as a massive.
Holy moly.
Okay.
Mom, get the camera.
Mom, get the camera. The double kill for Saga.
Oh no.
As the entire Masters Overrated team piles onto Bushtown. That was definitely a delayed ace.
Oof.
The Rift Herald is being thrown out in the bot side, trying to alleviate a little bit of pressure by Trundle. Just wow.
Here it is.
So
Look at the damage.
as another flash. Nope, the ultimate is now on from Fizz as the knockback does come through, and unfortunately, she's about to die to Teemo of all champions in this game.
Okay. Wow. That was some serious outplays from Masters Overrated.
That was beautiful. They absolutely executed on everything that they just needed to do, and frankly speaking, I don't see a way back for Bushtown. If
Yeah.
Masters Overrated loses this game, it's because they literally do nothing for the next 15-20 minutes and just let Bushtown
Run them over.
Run them over again and again and again. Which, let's face it, it's not going to happen. So,
Yeah. And I honestly thought for a hot second I was watching a compilation instead of an actual match.
you thought for a hot second that Bushtown was going to be
No, it was just like a straight up compilation of like 5 different
okay.
champions just going at
Okay,
it.
Lucian. Okay, man.
Jeez.
Chubby Monkey is big. He is fed. He is fat. He is going hard. 11-0-3. Two
Yeah,
items
there's the base
completed
race.
at 16 minutes, plus the makings of, I assume, a static shiv. This is not looking good. Inhib is going to be going down to the middle inhibitor for the side of Bushtown as they're trying to trade with the bot tier 1 turret, but
That's not a trade you should be taking right about
Inhib
now.
for a tier 1 turret is not really what you want to be doing. The zap does land onto it, but the equalizer is there, and the Battlestar just rips through Teemo's health bar. Fizz is looking for a nice little thing, but again, the Battlestar ultimate onto Rumble from the Fizz. He's able to playful trick his way out as well as use the Proto Belt to get a little bit of extra distance, but the Lucian is just going to be regenning up. The ultimate from Jinx is able to get a little bit as he's forced to dash away, but the Nocturne as well as the Rumble are just burning through the Trundle, the tank, the person who was supposed to prevent the ADC from dying, and unfortunately it hasn't really worked out that way. Nice little poison mushroom onto there to try and prevent a little bit, but it doesn't look like...
Holy moly!
Now, okay, so that was 2 abilities. That was the Q as well as the range ability from Rumble. Can't think of the name right off the top of my head. As the colleague just
What is happening?
tears through Jinx. This is the power of a Evolution. 18 minutes on the game. They can't even surrender yet. They can't even surrender. This is
They can't
a
even
sub
take Baron yet.
They can't do anything. This is a sub 20-minute game. 18 minutes and 36 seconds on the clock. As Lucian is going to get taken. No.
The plus 50.
16-0-5.
What?
Dang.
What was
Dang.
that? Was that even a match?
No. No,
Like,
that wasn't.
was that a match or a compilation video?
That was a compilation video. That was just, like, literally
Oof.
kill, 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 kill. I stopped looking at the scoreboard. It was just...
I think it ended up like 31-4.
Yep, that sounds about right. Now, to be fair, they were playing a very snowbally composition.
Yep.
And that is what happens when, you know, a snowball competition composition kind of gets out of control. We knew what was going to happen with the Cho'Gath versus Rumble, and to be fair, the Cho'Gath didn't get dunked on quite as hard as Ono versus
Yeah.
so yeah, but they just
I
feel bad
actually
for Bushtown,
I
actually.
actually feel bad for Bushtown as well.
I do.
And I'm kind of speechless here, Drew.
yeah.
It kinda got me
We've
with,
seen
like,
some really dominant games, but it's like that was next
So
level.
one-sided.
Yeah.
Seriously, Mom, get the camera. We're watching a compilation now.
Yeah, that 18 minutes and 36 seconds victory. Wow.
What's
Masters overrated.
what's the wait? That's not a record, is it?
For us it is. We'll
For
call
us
it
it
a
is.
record.
That is
I'll
a.
write that down somewhere.
I'll put in my notes, I guess.
All right, so we're gonna take a quick break and reset the teams, reset the everything as we go into game number 3 of week 2. So we will be right back after. I keep wanting to say after these messages, but there's no messages. There's just music.
It's just a break.
It's just a break.
Escape with me. Will you escape with me?
don't know why it does that stuttering thing, but welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 3 of week number 2 for the CEL League of Legends. We've witnessed some very one-sided games so far.
Yeah.
Think more of that's to come?
We're gonna have to see. I don't know what the champion pool is picked yet.
Oh, speaking of which,
Or?
big day.
Smooth transition.
Smooth transition, flawless. Nobody saw it. So,
All right.
we've got Wedge versus Black Lotus. So, Wedge, of course, did win their game last week.
Yep.
Black Lotus, known for having a 4,000-man roster. I think that might be pared down to 10, but
I did say 10 last time.
I
didn't
know, but I like to hyperbolize.
You do.
On the side of Wedge, we have Vel'Koz. On the side of Black Lotus, we have Ivern. So
I want to say Ivern's a troll pick.
no, it's not. Okay, so in a game that I was playing, Ivern shielded a Sona, and it stacked with her other shield, and she had roughly half of her health bar given back in terms of shields. Now those are temporary, but still,
That's a lot of shield.
it's a lot of shields. So, I mean, they have a Protect the Vein. Like, let's just be real here. This is a Protect the Vein comp. We've got not only for disengage, we've got
True.
stuns out of the mid lane. The only thing that would make this more like
Protect the president.
Juggermaw or something like that is if it was a Kog'Maw and like an Orianna or something, or like a Karma in the mid.
Yeah. No, I could see it.
Yeah, that would be the only way I could see.
Top lane, nice little matchup for difference. Finally.
Oh, man,
Shen.
Cho'Gath versus Shen, as opposed to the Rumble versus Shen. Oh.
Which we saw so many times
So
before,
many times.
and it's been watching like
It's been hilarious.
it's watching a steamroller go.
A steamroller that's on fire.
Anyway,
So,
I would love to see how the Skarner plays because I've seen Skarner in pro play.
yeah, well, Skarner is, of course, you have to pay the Skarner tax
Yep.
in the form of Banshee's Veil or something like that.
Yep.
So that's kind of cool. I always remember the Svenskeren Skarner hook in the early stages of the LCS last season, where yeah,
Clean.
Sven, sorry man, you just yeah,
Clean.
gets caught out, and and that's it. That's their comeback right there.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get into game number 3, week number 2. We're keeping the numbers in check in 3, 2, 1.
Game 3. Wedge versus Black Lotus.
There we are. I keep forgetting to do those overlay things, but don't worry. We're getting into game number 3. We see Project Vayne with the sick motorcycle.
I want
Perfect.
that motorcycle in real life.
Don't we all?
Put it with me. I was gonna say put it in me, but that doesn't sound right.
We're just gonna pretend you didn't say that.
Okay, put it with me, not in me.
You should just stop saying that.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, good
Definitely
plan.
will.
All right, we got a 4-man stack in the bush by Baron for the red side, and it looks like they're going to be meeting. Please,
Oh, make it
yes,
happen.
please,
Do
5-man
it,
stack on
do
the top
it,
side.
do it, do
Come on,
it,
guys,
do
come on, do it.
Do it.
Oh, they're doing
doing it.
reverse invade. They're doing red side's invading on the blue side, and blue side's invading
Oh.
on the red side. They're gonna totally miss each other. No, no.
Oh my goodness, no.
Oh, but they might be into the river. They might be into the river.
2 in the river.
Syndra and Cho'Gath are going to be.
Oh, no.
They're going to be caught out.
Big.
The hook lands directly onto Syndra, and she's going to be instantly bursted down.
Just nope.
Sassy meat.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Dyer. You yeah.
Y'all walked into a 5-man.
You walked into a 5-man, unfortunately.
Oh.
Ugh. That was hilarious. I was really hoping for something.
We were
else, but
seeing that was coming from a mile away, but even still, like, oh.
I was really hoping that it was going to be level 1 5v5, but I mean, such is Wedge taking a commanding 500 gold lead early in this game, as Ivern is going to tell you. Nice prediction on the back step, forcing the flash out of Shen, as the flash forward from Cho'Gath is going to secure, yeah, level 100, God. God, man, he is so good.
Clean.
I would call it perfect, but I would definitely say good kill, good, bringing back the gold to about even 300 gold apiece. Not really too much. What do you want to say?
I was gonna say, Syndra, you're picking the skin that is nearest and dearest to my heart. Hello, I am the Star Guardian Israel from my team.
Is that Star Guardian Syndra?
Yes.
Very nice. As no chance Shen is just being picked
look
on
at this
this point.
repeat.
Getting the shield, getting everything, and is able to survive for a lot longer than I would normally expect, but unfortunately not long enough to get under the turret.
Oh, that sounds
really,
like it hurt. And
You
Shen's
really need that taunt, man. You really need that taunt. I know the sword's tempting, but like you're getting bullied. This is not fair. Ivern's gonna go into topside jungle and really start to stamp his name as 2 kills directly over the Cho'Gath. I think this Cho'Gath might be off to a slightly better start than our previous 2.
Slightly, Drew. I think that's a bit of an underestimate. So.
Okay, fine. Maybe a lot better. But I mean,
I would definitely want to address this little bot lane situation because we have Sivir, who's been quite strong in this meta, in this patch lately, as
Yeah.
well as Nautilus, who's been quite strong.
yeah. Nautilus has been a tear, and as we say that, double Q is coming through the teleport onto the ward right by there as the Vayne completely outplays the Sivir. This is why I was saying she's not entirely broken. The 3-hit passive is starting to come through. Cho'Gath, unfortunately, is wasted in terms of his teleport. You can't cancel those teleports anymore, unfortunately. So once he hit that TP button, he was locked in, despite the fact that it was pure calculated out of that Vayne and Nami. Good all-in attempt there, but I feel like... I know they're level 3, but Nautilus, Sivir really, really can only do those short trades. You do the short trade, you get out. And once you have them in kill range, then you're good. But, I mean, Nautilus didn't even burn his Ignite. Vayne could have actually gone down if he burned his Ignite.
Yeah, he could have.
She was low enough.
She was very low.
Oh, wow, that's a bad outplay from the Nautilus then.
But now they get to try and see if they do this fight again, and Nautilus actually use the Ignite this time around, I think he has a better chance.
Well, they'll have some levels in their abilities, and the Riptide is going to have to do a lot more damage, so I will agree with you there. But the laning phase is now pretty well safe for the Vayne. She's got back a Vamp Scepter, she's got some sustain, so she can withstand the Sivir poke. Because, like, that's the big thing. You get the ricochets, you get the Qs.
Yeah.
I really wish she was using the Pizza Sivir skin.
Ah, same. That's what I was just gonna say.
Oh. But, yeah, so...
We can only dream now.
We can only dream now. But, yeah, so Sivir kind of missed her opportunity to dominate the Vayne in this matchup. She's still going to be getting a lot of harass off, but it's just not to the same extent.
Yeah, because the problem is once Vayne gets on top of you, it's basically you either have to like straight up peel it or completely disengage.
Now, she did play it very well. She got all of the damage directly back on a Sivir, the squishier member of the team.
Yeah.
I know people in lower ELOs, whenever they get dove on by a Nautilus, they always try and focus back the Nautilus. But they did exactly what they needed to do. Mythos was able to correctly target the Sivir,
Yeah.
and able to return the damage and get the flash kill there, which was very good, especially since she is probably going to be going... Unless the Sivir continues to just passively farm like this. Ooh, nice Q. And almost able to take down the Syndra. Nicely done. Vel'Koz, not often seen in the mid lane these days, but he is definitely showing why he's able to pick this champ again. Church of Arceus, I feel like he played last time as well.
He did.
Yeah, so nice pocket pick there, and we can definitely see him starting to do some very good damage. As he gets another Q onto there. The
Ooh,
stun
big
from
flash.
Syndra is able to get the disengage, but wow, Vel'Koz is starting to, well,
Hurt.
he always hurts, but really kind of just showing us a different champion that's, you know, despite not having a huge amount of items, is able to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and that's
Vayne's
kind
going
of
back into, and sorry to interrupt, but Vayne's going directly into the Sivir, and they're going to be chasing her down, able to get the final, the Condemn just not quite enough damage as Sivir calculated goes right back out.
Oh man, that was almost perfect.
Agreed. That was very close. Just needed a little bit more damage. If the Ignite was burning onto her, would have been perfect. Starter is going to go into the Shogath, which we haven't really been looking at, but we see a fairly even time. The taunt is going directly onto him, as the Scream is not able to do a whole lot except get the silence. Flashing in on getting the Beast! Wow! Okay, good job, Shogath. That is really impressive, actually.
That was buttery.
That was clean. That was clean.
That was, yeah.
So the crazy thing about this, I'm not too worried that Scarter is actually going to be able to get Wow. Okay, Scarter's doing a lot of damage, and he's going to flash in and able to get the shutdown directly onto Shogath. So good job there. I was about to say I wasn't worried, but Scarter gave me a reason to be worried for the Shogath.
Yeah, that was the one thing with Skarner that you had to be really respectful of, is as soon as he gets that, once he hits his 6, he can just pull you in straight away and just do a ton of damage out of nowhere.
Absolutely. No, I completely negated the Skarner's damage there, as Cho'Gath does go down. Sidra is looking for a
big
bye. That is the power of Syndra right there. Able to get the stun, able to get the full damage combo, all 5 balls slamming into the face of Sivir, and probably not the best time for her right now in that lane, as she's down 2-1, or sorry, 2 deaths, 1 assist. The Vel'Koz is, wow, he's just calculating those Qs perfectly. People obviously are not really respecting the range that he can get on there, or just trying to sidestep a little bit too much, and he's just timing it correct. Either way, he's landing those Qs, and those slows make it so easy to get the rest of the damage out.
It's, yeah, I've played this against a mid lane Pyke when he was still, you know, very, very strong. And even still, I still had a very hard time against Vel'Koz in this case, and it's one of those things you have to figure out where these Qs are going to land. If you either step back from it and try to get some distance there, or you actually step forward and to one of the sides. Because it fires out in the T section.
Yeah,
and that's the one thing you get to get a little bit of counterplay against them. But
you get a little bit of counterplay, but I mean, this Vel'Koz Church is take me to church. I'm sorry, I just thought
I'll let you have that one.
Church of Vel'Koz, more like it. He is really kind of showing us that off-meta picks can work for you, especially if you know how to play it, which evidently he does.
And that's the one thing about the off-meta pick, is sometimes your pocket pick can be your strongest pick here.
Speaking of off-meta pick, Ivern. We don't really see him all too much. Coined as the most support-oriented jungle.
I never see. That was the one thing I've always struggled
Water
with.
Cutlass is going to go on there. Is she going to be able to get the 3rd proc? Yes, tumbles through and is not able to get the spell shield off as the 2nd proc gets through. That was correctly done. So using the Kadama to get the 3rd proc off and blast her away, as the Predator is now on for Skarner, but I'm sorry, you might have invisibility, but you do not need much. As Peregrine gets on the board with 1st kill, Skarner tax was not respected and was not paid just yet.
Ugh. And that, again, that suppressed plus that pull is going to be one of those things that you need to respect.
And Predator plus, ooh, nice! Church of Acreus is able to get a nice stun, a slow into a stun, into all of the damage, all the buttons, and then the laser of Doom is going to come through. Yeah, I don't really have a cool name for it, but it just...
You're getting there.
I'm getting there. It did a lot of damage, and it took down Syndra, which is what they needed to do.
Perfectly executed, I'd say.
Perfectly executed. Perfectly executed. Sivir is doing Sivir things. Keeping up her CS, 82 to 84.
That's pretty.
Not too much.
That's pretty.
Ivern coming back to the top lane for the 3rd time, but this time Shen has the taunt, and he easily gets away. Blue buff donated over to Church of Acreus, as he's going to be continuing to push in this mid lane, continuing to get a lot of damage done to this turret early in the game, and start to stack up those plates.
I'm just trying to figure out, not like Ivern's kit. It puzzles me a little bit. Yes, you're a jungler, but you build things like
Redemption.
Wow. My mind is drawing a blank today.
Yeah, it's okay. Ivern I like simply because if I have a composition like this, ooh, okay. A little bit hard to commit there. We're going to have to get back there as in top lane. They're going to be going for this once again. Level 100 God is easily able to clear that up for peace. Nami is going to get bursted down as there's 4 men in the bot lane. She almost gets out, but the flash forward from Sivir is able to secure that. Doesn't look like they're going to go for on the hunt just yet. There they are, popping it, but mostly to ward off the Vayne from there as they are going to be trying to take a return or an answer turret. The stun onto Syndra is not able to get through as she's going to blast cone her way away from that. Blastless cornerback since he's a melee champion and not able to do a whole lot. And we have a 1 kill, 1 turret trade for the mid lane. As the gold this is not the most snowballing game we've seen all day.
I'm actually kind of glad. This is a very even matchup.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Black Lotus is down 3K. But it doesn't feel unwinnable because Black Lotus has a lot of scaling champions on their side.
Yep.
Syndra is always going to be able to do a huge amount of damage late game continually.
I think I would put her near one-shot potential.
Maybe not one shot because you have a huge number of shields and other things that you can do. As a very confident Flash is going, landing the Q, landing the slow, able to get a lot of damage down there. As Iron's just hanging out top lane. We now have 2 top laners. We no longer have anything else.
I think with Ivern, it's just like you play a lot more in your lane and you only jungle for your CS. I think that's the only thing about his kit. You know, keep jungle.
Well, I mean, you can have 2 buffs on your team, so
That's true.
I mean that's cool.
But I've seen him more as like, I feel like he's like a third laner in a way, right? Like,
Nah, he's not a third lane. He has a good gank. He has a very long range route, and Daisy is a menace. But I wouldn't necessarily say that.
Yeah,
But
I can agree with that.
on the side of Black Lotus, you have a Vayne, and you have a Syndra, and you have a Cho'Gath. And the Cho'Gath is 4-1, building Glacial, the...
Hextech GLP?
Yeah, Hextech GLD.
Wait, he's actually got Glacial locked in?
Well, I can see that to try and close the distance.
True.
I think that's more of a laning item than a team fighting item. As it doesn't give you the innate tankiness, it just gives you some health. I like building it on like Malthazar and stuff, as Nautilus is able to get a nice hook and follow-up damage as well as all the CC. He's able to get a nice flash as the Redemption is not able to get in time, not able to heal them. Syndra is able to get a good bit of flash, but the suppression field is on her, and she is not able to get out as tries to flash, but it is way too little, way too late. And Wedge answers back with an easy 2 kills for nothing and push down on the top tier 1 turret.
Oh, that was absolutely cleanly executed by Wedge. They managed to pick off not only their jungler, but the mid laner in this case, and that's pretty critical, especially when you start coming into mid game here.
Yeah, now my one concern with building the Glacial piece is it just doesn't give the innate tankiness that we need from the Cho'Gath right now, or that I would like to see from the Cho'Gath. Yes, it does build a nice amount of CC, and it does give him the ability to close in, but he has so little... There we go. Church of Acrius is just blasting through. The true health or the percentile health damage, I believe, that Vel'Koz gives you is just lethal, as he's getting a lot more damage done. Daisy is not able to get there. The stopwatch is popped on the side of Church of Acrius. Ultimate is not committed from the side of Syndra as she gets instantly blasted down. The Sivir is tearing through the team as Vayne is able to get in. Lady of the Ruined King is very powerful, able to get a double kill in there. She's going to be chasing down the Shen as well as the Vel'Koz. I would have liked to see her continuing the chase just a little bit more. She does have to watch out for the damage of the Vel'Koz, but I think that she can get it.
There's a little
the
bit of
flash is committed from the Nami as they're not quite able to get the stun there, and Vel'Koz is taunting them. Vel'Koz knows that they do not have the damage needed as the Condemn is blasted or shot in there to try and stop the rest of the chase. Cho'Gath is teleporting in from the mountain area, but he's not going to be able to get a whole lot done other than just taking down this pink ward. Meanwhile, 3 men are converging on him, and he's able to get a nice 2-man knockup. Silence is going directly onto him as Pew 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 is able to get a redemption kill. The Church of Acrius is open for donations, and the donation is on the side of Cho'Gath as he's gets taken down once again. I am just losing my voice now.
Church of Acrius just going to town.
He is 4-0. He does have an Luden's Echo completed, so he's very powerful.
Yeah, I think that you need to start respecting the show.
To be fair, though, Nami Wave, Nami Bubble,
Yeah.
Syndra stun, I burn.
True.
With Daisy as well as the stun. Cho'Gath. You have a decent amount of CC. If you can land that CC onto him, he's a giant eyeball. And if you've ever stabbed yourself in the eye, not that I'm saying many people have, but just in case you have,
I'm
Eyeballs-
not gonna ask.
don't ask.
I won't.
Stabbing yourself in the eye is not the greatest thing in the world because your eye is not that healthy. And Vel'Koz is basically just one big eye. So he's just gonna...
Yeah, that's also true.
Off goes the Vel'Koz.
Okay. The one thing I would say on the Vel'Koz side, he's playing right where he needs to be. Though. He's playing in somewhere about mid back line. So
He's
that
not
way,
far enough away to easily dodge the skill shots, but he's close, or he's far enough away that he doesn't have to worry too much.
Yeah, he's got a front and he's got front line. That's the major thing. Is when you see these team fights or these big scrims happening, you see a front line and then you see a Vel'Koz.
The Rift Herald has been dropped in the top lane, and this is going to be perfectly paired with the fact that there's an Infernal Drake that they are going to be pining for. Banshee's Veil is completed onto the Church of Acreus. I keep seeing the when it's just Church of Acreus, and
Close enough.
Close enough. As the Rift Herald is going to be taking down the Tier 2 turret on the top side, as well as doing a massive amount of damage. The inhibitor is just about to be cracked. There is a nice little stun onto Acreus, but he is not going to be followed up on there. We would have liked to see a little bit more follow-up. Daisy is going to be going in there. Hunt is going to be taking it as well, as the ultimate is committed from Syndra. Looks like they're going to be able to get at least Vel'Koz, and they now need to retreat. The Infernal Drake was taken in the meantime by Skarner and some people. I believe it was just Skarner, but
I believe it's this one.
the GLP was used to try and get Shen, but no follow-up right there, as the ultimate was committed by Vayne, and she's not able to chase down anyone. Will Hunt is going to expire, and they're going to be trying to get this mid-tier 1, I believe, as an answer to the Skarner pushing in the bot lane.
Black Lotus is still rotating around. They're going to try and see if they can make some more picks here. The one thing I see, Cho'Gath was running Glacial Augment? That's interesting. That's a little interesting on the good side of things, right?
Kind of. I mean, it's still within the inspiration tree.
True.
And I'm betting he has resolved his second, so yeah, I feel it's definitely more of just a CC slow heavy. Once you have the GLP and once you have, I think he might be building Ryla's Crystal Scepter next, potentially. No,
I'm
that's
looking down and trying to figure it out. He's got the
could
Lost
build into-
Chapter.
The Lost Chapter could build into a couple of different things. It's tough to say.
Yeah.
But point being, I feel like that's just building a lot more CC in the terms of what he's able to do.
Ooh,
As the
look at
Syndra
that.
commits the ultimate, but is not able to get all of the burst damage that is needed. And Ignite was not used by Nami, probably was just not in range for that. They're not able to burst down the Sivir. That was a kill that they desperately needed to get, as it is now 7,000 gold up for the side of Wedge.
They did manage to get Flash and Heal out of the Sivir, though. That was probably one of the most critical things. That way they can easily walk into the next team fight when they face down Sivir again and make sure they can confirm the kill this time around.
But the problem is there's two threats. Sivir is on Essence Reaver and Infinity Edge. So there's so much damage coming through from her. And then the team fight potential of Vel'Koz at 4 and 1, looking at 2 items as well, is just... It's painful.
That's true. If I was in the Black Lotus seat right about now, I would definitely say just hold on. You've got a very, very high scaling champion pool in this set. You have a lot of support from your jungler and your mid and your actual support, but you need to wait a little bit longer. Make these, just get a couple extra big picks, especially on the Sivir. That's going to be really, really huge here. As you can see, both teams are trying to poke each other out.
Yeah, and that poke war is definitely going to go the way of Wedge, as Vel'Koz cannot be denied in terms of his Q range. On the bot side, we see Shen just poking away at the turret. We've got 2 people who've rotated. Ivern is trying to keep the Shen at bay, but he now has the wave clear that he kind of needs. The stun is going to be committed, as well as the stun from the Syndra. They're going to be doing a huge amount of damage. That right there is a very dead Shen from the side of Dire. But on the flip side, Sivir, Skarner, and Nautilus are taking a very easy Baron. So 1 kill for Baron. I think I know which one I would want. Glacial is going to be committed. The two-man knock-up from the side of Cho'Gath, that was your moment. That was when you needed to engage. And unfortunately, they just did not feel confident in the team fighting ability. Would have liked to see a little less gun-shy from Black Lotus. That was a very critical moment. You had both the Vel'Koz as well as, I believe, the Sivir knocked up there. You really needed to commit on that side. Church of Acris is going to be taking Cho'Gath down to a very low percentile health point. They are just really starting to hurt way too much.
The snowball is already rolling really, really hard for Wedge, and I think Black Lotus does not have enough in the tank here. Yeah, I think they're just being... Wedge is just getting outscaled here. There's not a lot of Black Lotus to do other than just outlast this push.
Well, they need to outlast, I would say, another 8 minutes. If they can get Syndra on 3 items and Vayne on 3 items, I think they stand a chance. Now, we don't have LCS level CS totals. Normally, you'd be sitting at about 250 or 250 plus in the LCS at about 23 minutes. Those guys, of course, are pros, so can't really blame them for not having that. But that just means items are going to be delayed and kills become a lot more important. So you see how Vayne just completed Winsu Rage Blade, which is a very good, important spike.
Yes.
And we do see Shadows completed. Twin Shadow, I believe.
So this is a very glacial element heavy build on this side.
A lot of CC for sure. 300 CS win condition.
That's
As
too
Vayne
deep,
is going
that's too
in,
deep.
but unfortunately the Nautilus is able to get a nice hook and save his AD carry. The pullback onto the Cho'Gath is going to stop anything from happening on the side of Black Lotus, as another good hook onto the Ivern is committed. Skarner is going to go in, but he gets stunned up by the Ivern as well. Small disengage right there. Daisy is in the backline, but not able to get enough done. Looks like Church of Acris is not going to get taken down just yet. The bubble is popped on the side of Syndra. He is very low. All you need to do is just flash forward an ultimate probably, but they're just not able to commit to it. Ivern misses his stun, and 3 inhibs are going to be going down from the side of Wedge, as Black Lotus's base is now in tatters. A massive 13k, 12k gold lead is now up for Wedge, and unfortunately, I believe the door has been slammed on Black Lotus by this point.
Yeah, I definitely want to say Wedge definitely just
Well, they got
it
their,
and locked it.
They got their wedge in the door, and
I'll give you that.
They kept it open. They kept Black Lotus from slamming the door shut, and they bided their time, and they got a few picks, and Black Lotus started to play a little bit sloppy, and unfortunately, that has turned around, and we're now sitting at 37,000 versus 49,000.
Yeah.
For anyone who's wondering, the 49,000 gold is definitely the one side that you want to be on.
I definitely want to say the Black Lotus, you a little too late. You needed to get on there. You needed to get on Wedge.
They
and
had such a good start too with the Cho'Gath.
Yeah.
The Cho'Gath was up like 4-0 at one point. The Vayne was up kills. And unfortunately, it just looks like they're just getting picked off just like this again and again and again as 2 ultimates committed. But, I mean, for the tankiest member of the team, the one with all the CC, I'd take that trade.
Yeah, that's a really good trade for Wedge here.
Nice flash there on the side of Vayne, but
I don't think it's
Mythos
enough.
he's not having a good time on this Vayne. Single target damage is not high enough, as the Ivern's Daisy is going to be committed. The knockups from Nami are going to be there. Nice stun, but they're stalling at this point. The Syndra gets blown up. Church of Acris is just pulling them in, able to burn every single one of the champions down. Sivir is going to get taken down almost by the fountain, but too little, too late. 3 members down. Black Lotus takes another loss. Well, no, not another.
They take their first.
First loss. I was thinking a Wedge takes their first.
They take their first win.
Take their first win. Way too many stats. Need like a stat sheet right there. I think that's what I'm going to do next. Anyways.
See, this is why you need me around. I provide the notes, sir.
Yeah, this is why I just talk fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I give the intel.
Exactly.
You say the words.
Speaking of intel,
Yes.
what can you tell me about the... Honestly, I'm a little bit curious. That was a massive CC build out of Cho'Gath.
Right,
Do you think that was the correct choice given the team comp, or do you think he should have gone more stone plate, tanky Like,
I
just
think he
big
should have
tank.
went tanky. Straight out of the gate, Hextech GLP with an Glacial Augment build is not a bad idea. But
not a
you're
bad
playing
idea.
if you're playing that in a solo, in solo queue, I would say yes. But you're taking what you learned in solo queue and trying to apply it into a tournament setting where there's a lot of team composition, there's a lot of team communication. You really need to tell your teammates, hey, I'm going Glacial Augment. I need you to help me.
To help me, yeah. And I honestly feel like there's better tanky junglers to go right now other than Ivern. He did get I believe, a buff to his shields, or at least it feels like he did, because I've seen him in solo queue so many times.
Again, the transition between solo queue and a tournament structure is a little bit different. So again, Ivern as a pick, I could see it in solo queue, and I could definitely see that you could easily take that and run with it. But in tournament play, again, a lot of communication. I think getting a little bit more tank.
Personally, I would have liked to see Nunu. Now,
Yeah.
we don't know if Nunu was banned, so like maybe they had this team comp in mind, and then they got banned out a little bit. Like that is the possibility.
Yeah, and there is a lot of champions that you could easily pick here, and I think, especially if you were going to go with a CC heavy Cho'Gath, I think an assassin type jungle would have been a little bit of a better pick here.
To try and capitalize on all of that.
Yeah, exactly. So
Fair enough.
probably like an Evelyn or Kane, that would absolutely be perfect.
Fair enough, fair enough. I think you're right on that one, and I think we're gonna probably end on that one, because all 3 games are finished. So for everyone sticking around, thank you so much. If you want to, on the way out, hit that follow button. Try and get our numbers up. We're gonna be back next Monday,
Yes.
or this
Monday.
Monday. That's the word I was looking for. For week 3, we're going to be hopefully doing every Monday and then cycling through there. More will be coming down the pipe. We'll keep you guys informed as best as we can. As always, I've been your host, Drew Trackhoff Crawford, Jojo Barrientos, aka JD Red Phoenix, on the side with the Color Cast, and we will catch you guys next week.